Yeah, and I've worked in many places abroad, in the country, in the UK. I mean, I started my career somewhat as an outsider in Scotland. I was English in Scotland in 1979. And that wasn't necessarily easy because there was a lot of strong Scottish nationalism around at the time. Seen as somebody from Oxford, a bit privileged. I don't think I did come from a particularly privileged background. My father left school when he was 14, 15, and he didn't go to university. My mother didn't go to college. So we weren't well off, but he was in journalism and he inspired me in that way. And then from Scotland, I worked in London, but then soon went to America. I worked there, worked at the Washington Post on a fellowship, worked as the Washington correspondent, and then in Brussels for 6 years. So I covered the end of the Cold War in America, and then I spent a bit of time in California, then went to Brussels, covering the whole European construction, the single currency, enlargement, and then took some executive jobs in London running the news operation, but also went back to America and covered Wall Street and ran the American operation before becoming the big boss, the editor in 2005. So I had a lot of foreign experience as a journalist. And then, as you say, as editor, I did two things, I suppose. One was to transform the Financial Times into a digital operation, going first and expanding the audience, but also then making it my business to interview leaders, because leadership has always fascinated me. So I did interview, everybody from Vladimir Putin to Trump to Modi in India to two Chinese premiers to Cyril Ramaphosa in South Africa. I traveled around the world as part of my job. And I think that gave me a different perspective and a better perspective as a person as well as a journalist.